This weekend we've got something really special happening at Butser Ancient Farm. We're hosting the AGM of the British Artists Blacksmith Association. These are an incredibly talented group of people who have come to Butser to demonstrate ironsmithing throughout the ages. We're going to go right back to the very beginning with the creation of iron. And here we've got master bladesmith Owen Bush, who's actually going to do an iron smelt today. So let's go and check out what he's doing.
I think we need to put a bag of charcoal in there and then just rake it out hot, and then we can put it around the outside.
Hello.
How you doing?
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going good.
This is looking very good and much more finished than it was yesterday.
We have our furnace built, which
Excellent.
is good. And we're just cooking it out at the moment. It's still wet clay.
So is this a type that you use all the time? This is your kind of favourite style?
This is the most predictable way that we've got of smelting and ending up with a good result. So it's sand and clay and organic matter, and we've got processed horse manure in there as well to act as a binder.
So nice and sticky.
It's sticky and it's very heat resistant. It's actually amazing material. You'll just about be able to touch the outside of this when it's glowing 1500 centigrade inside.
All right, cool. And you've got the front arch there. That's where your airflow is going to go?
So at the moment it is, just for drying it out. We're actually going to punch a hole on the other side about here and have a ceramic tube going in.
Do you have any of your ore handy to look at?
Yes, I've got some quite pretty specular
Wow.
hematite. So
Cool.
it's iron oxide.
Yeah.
It's a process form of that.
Can I?
Yeah, it's very, very fine. Although it's heavy, it's actually so fine that it can, if you get it wrong, you can get blown out the furnace.
And what kind of yield do you expect from that?
We'll pull a very large bloom out of this, but it's going to be a consolidated mass of spongy, cauliflower-like iron with a big ring of consolidated slag around it. So that big lump is going to be massive. It will be 20 kilos, something like that. But the actual iron steel content of that is probably going to be somewhere between 8 and 12. So we're mainly producing slag.
Amazing. So you've got to fire it up properly. So this is going to be a preheat.
We're drying it at the moment. We'll be drying it a bit more vigorously soon, and then I think we're aiming to have it properly running sometime around about 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah.
Well, we'll check back in then if that's all right.
Yeah.
The first stop on our journey of blacksmithing through the ages is, of course, the Iron Age. And here we've got blacksmith Colm working on an Iron Age forge. How are you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
Very well, very well. So you're using a modern forge at the moment. What are
Yes.
you making?
I'm making an Iron Age spearhead using just the anvil and the hammer.
So it's just, you started with just a round bar of iron.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
This is wrought iron as well. This is more traditional type stuff and doesn't rust the same as the modern. And you basically use the cross peen. If you hit it in this direction, the metal spreads out rather than lengthwise.
Wow.
That's how you get it to leaf out.
So there's obviously going to be an evolution of the tools as part of the technology.
If you went into a workshop from 3,000 years ago, you could pick up the tools and know instinctively what they're for. The hammers and tongs look the same as the ones we use today. Other than electricity, the technology hasn't changed very much at all.
And we're probably using charcoal because, of course, coke hadn't yet been invented.
Yes, the charcoal's a lot cleaner, it's spittier. The modern stuff's got a lot of impurities in it, some of which will stick like glass to this as you're making it. And if you don't brush it off, it will texture your work. So you don't get any of that with the charcoal.
Right, so you're getting it out. So I'm dying to see you hammer it into shape. Amazing.
Okay. So I'm just thinning the edge and putting a little bit of a diamond shape in it. It's slightly different working in daylight. What's an orange heat in broad daylight would be a bright yellow heat in the workshop. So it's quite easy to burn the stuff when you're not used to doing it outdoors.
That's amazing. There's a real obvious skill involved with the speed and accuracy of what you're doing.
You get into the rhythm, and even when you're not hitting the thing, you're tapping the anvil with the same rhythm. It just keeps the flow going better. Right, so this being wrought iron, it's got a little crack in it now, so I'm actually going to put a forge weld in that to fix it.
Okay.
Wrought iron doesn't like being worked on a low temperature.
So you must be going up to around 1500 something degrees
Yeah,
like that?
just 16 even. I mean, it will melt if you leave it in there. And it's gone. Quite an easy repair. So I wasn't even worried about, it being there.
So thank you very much, folks. We are now going to move forward in time and see what the Romans are up to. See you later. Thank you. Hey, Joe.
You right there?
How are you doing?
All good? Yep.
So today we're in the Romans.
Yep.
Excellent. So what are you making?
Just about to start making a pair of tongs.
I see an interesting looking object over there. What is it?
It's more of a historical version of a forge, an experimental one. You've got depictions of the Roman era using double paddle bellow forges.
And wood.
Yeah, it seems a bit weird having fire inside of wood, but at the same time as when they went on campaigns, just like everyone else, you had to have portable equipment.
Yeah.
And you need the portable equipment to be as light as possible.
Amazing. So a little heat goes in here and somebody's on the bellows, so a two-person job.
Yeah, more than likely, yeah, because across the period, Iron Age, Roman, Saxon and on into medieval, the person on the bellows, it seems like a bit of a boring job, but at the end of the day, that's the apprentice who's learning the secret and the skills that they're actually moving on to. So it's actually quite, in my opinion, a good position to be in, and eventually you're going to take over and the cycle continues.
Brilliant. Lovely, lovely thing, isn't it?
Mm.
Excellent. So I look forward to seeing the tongs at the end of the day and hopefully using them in our hot tech area. Amazing. Thank you very much.
No, you're welcome.
Hey Tom, how are you doing?
Hi Teresa, yeah, I'm fine, thank you. How are you? All right?
I'm very well. What are you making?
Good. So today I'm just making a very small eating knife for the Saxon period.
Ooh, is it based on something?
This particular one, no, but I do have others that are. So I've got one here. There's a replica of one from the Alton Anglo-Saxon cemetery. So almost all the handles in the Anglo-Saxon period were just made from cow horn.
That's so lovely. It's really smooth. It's
Yeah,
really
it
lovely,
is, yeah.
isn't it?
Even the sword handles you see here were cow horn.
Wow.
These are just 3 bits of cow horn.
So that'll have been a whole separate industry, I'm guessing.
Probably,
Yeah,
yes. Yeah,
brilliant.
yeah.
Wow, that's gorgeous. So what else have you got? You've got other lovely bits and pieces here. Have you made all of these?
Yes, I've made everything that's here except for the other blacksmithing tools. This one's from the Isle of Wight 6th century Anglo-Saxon helmet.
Amazing.
Very similar to those we find on the continent in the 5th or 6th
and
century.
these are all hand forged, of course.
By me, yes, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I made them, yeah.
Wow, can I?
You can try them, beware there's no padding in them at the minute.
That is so heavy. I can't imagine running around with that and lots of body armour
Yes,
on as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
That's
When I wear
amazing.
my armour, I put on about 3 or 4 stone. So, yeah,
Wow, that's
All
an incredible piece
included.
of work. So how long would it take you to make something like this?
I can't remember how long it took me to make that one. That one took me about 30 hours actual time. It's the Wollaston helmet from Northamptonshire. We think the design was based off of a Roman helmet, a late Roman helmet.
That, I mean, I could barely pick that up. I'm not going to put that on my head because I can barely pick it up.
That's the one I wear for my reenactment. Yeah.
Really? And
Yeah,
do you,
yeah.
I mean, how long can you wear that for? Comfortably?
I think the longest I've worn it for was sort of 2 hours. But supposedly battles went on for a lot longer than that, so I don't know.
But you know
I
what
was exhausted by the end, though. So
What I
yeah,
love
yeah.
about this is that you've got every single aspect of life represented in blacksmithing, from your kitchen
Yes, yeah,
eating
it's all
knife
using
right up to your hardcore battle scene. That's amazing, isn't it? And it just really shows how important the skill of the blacksmith was.
Yes.
I'm going to put some ore in.
So off we go.
I put about 1 kilo of iron ore and then 1 kilo of charcoal on top of it. If it burns down too quickly, there's a chance that we'll either burn through the side of the furnace or that we end up getting so hot in there that the ore reoxidizes in front of the fire and turns back into iron oxides. So trying to keep it running at a nice steady pace, which is 2 kilos every 8 to 10 minutes.
So that's it. We're going to just let it cook for another 6 hours or so, and hopefully we're going to get a big fat bloom of iron. So let's wait and see.
It's pretty beautiful in there now. Something's happened because the sound changed just then. So it may be that we got slag bubbling at the bottom. I'll have a look. Yeah, well, we got a slag run coming. Yeah. So the sound I heard would have been the kind of feedback from slag starting to block the air hole. So a kind of woomphing sound, and now it's burst its way out through the side of the furnace. It's lava, basically, exactly the same. And it's a good indicator for me to know that the temperature inside the furnace is hot enough. So we're getting close to the point, I think, where we will, in the next 15 minutes, stop loading it and just allow it to burn down.
I've seen this process a load of times, but it never fails to excite. It's probably one of the best things that you could ever see.
So we're about to break the furnace open. We've run 62 kilos of ore through this so far. So it's a big amount of bloom, fingers crossed, hopefully. And the bloom will be a big unconsolidated mass of hopefully iron bloom in the middle with loads of slag around the outside. And then we're going to try and cut it in half. Is there anything in it? Yeah, so that's our bloom right there. Or it's a big lump of solidified slag, but it's definitely something. Well, I'll be able to grab it, I think. Yeah, that's the bloom bit there. And try and gouge bits off if you can. I'm going to turn it over. The stuff at the bottom is definitely slag, this darkened stuff.
Natural step back.
It's nice, isn't it? It's big. I don't know if we're going to be able to get an axe through it. But if we just give it a go, give us 3 hits and then I'm going to re-quench it and we'll just work like that. I mean, it's good solid lump, isn't it? So that's the good news. And the bad news is carry on. Oh, where did that go? That's probably a good time to stop then. I'd say right now that actually that's is a great sign that we can't cut through it. It's a really good bloom.
That was absolutely amazing. So it was a huge success. Owen created a fantastically huge bloom. I've never actually seen anyone knock over a furnace before and extract it in that way. Usually I've seen it come out of a tapping arch or coming out of the top, but it was really, really dramatic, very, very hot. You could see how hot it was in there, so up to 1500 degrees, and absolutely amazing.